My name is Amber and I make crocheting beginner friendly. Today I'm going to show you how to do this beautiful basket weave stitch, and it gives that look of the fabric going in and out like as if you were weaving it in between itself. It's super easy, actually very beginner friendly, and I think you guys will love the way this comes out, and you could use it in so many different projects. I'm using a 5mm hook and I'm using the Big Twist acrylic yarn in weight 4. So let's get started. You want to start with a chain in a multiple of 4, and that's going to be the width or length of the project you're making, depending on what side you're starting with. I'm going to start with 20, and then I'm going to add 4 more. And I know it kind of seems redundant, but the reason I do that is because I measure my project that I'm making, and I do the multiple of 4 with that size, and then I add the additional 4 to start my stitches out. So I'm going to start with 20 and then I'm going to add 4 more. So now that you have the chain the length you want, you're going to go into the 4th chain from your hook with a double crochet stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to put a double crochet stitch in every single chain until you get to the very end. You will end up with 2 extra stitches, and the reason you want that is because you will start your work with a double crochet stitch and end it with a double crochet stitch. I prefer this because then I have kind of like an edging on my work. Other tutorials might teach you slightly different, but this is the way I do it. So do a double crochet stitch in every single chain, and then we will meet back here for row 2. Okay, so now that you have your first row done, this is your foundation row for the basket weave stitch. And like I said before, you're going to end up with 2 extra stitches than what you started with. So I started with I started with a chain of 20, and then I now have 22 stitches because the first and the last one is always going to be a double crochet stitch. It's like my edging or around the basket weave stitch. Okay, so now in row 2, we're going to start the actual basket weave. I'm going to chain 3, turn my work, and then we're going to do a front post double crochet stitch. And that is very easy to do. It may seem complicated, but it's not. So just take your double crochet stitch and we're going to go around the post of the stitch below. So this right here is my post of my stitch. It's like the body of the stitch. Going from the front of the work, the front side of your work, you're going to go around that post. So I'm coming from the front, going around it. I hope that is clear. But you're just going to go around that post with a double crochet stitch, and I'm going to do that 4 times. So that's 1. This next one is 2. I'm going to go around the front. 3. And then 4. Okay. For the next 4 stitches, I'm going to go through the back post. So it's a back post double crochet stitch. Again, I'm going to do my double crochet stitch, but instead of coming from the front, I'm going to go around the back, and I'm going to put my hook around that post of this stitch like that and pull the yarn through. That might be a little tricky at first. It might take a little bit of practice, but just remember to go around from the back side and pull that yarn around it. So you're going to go and do that 4 times. This is called a back post double crochet stitch, and it appears on your patterns as BPDC. Okay, so I'm going to do that 4 times. Okay, great. So now I'm going to go around the front post again 4 times. Okay. And then I'm going to go around the back post 4 times. Remember, go from the back around that post. Okay, and then I'm going to go around 4 more times around the front post. So you just continue that in multiples of 4 all the way till the end of the piece that you're making. And you might end with a front post or you might end with a back post. It doesn't really matter as long as you do it in multiples of 4. And then you're going to end with a double crochet stitch here at the end. Okay, so for row 2, you're going to chain 3, turn your work, and you're just going to do the same thing as the row below. So if it's pushed back like this, that's a back post double crochet stitch. So you're going to do back post double crochet stitches all the way across, and you're going to do 4 times. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, the back post is the one you come from the back side. Okay, so now if it's pushed forward like this, I'm going to go around the front post and do my double crochet stitches around the front post. So again, go from the front around that post. Just like that. Okay, now if it's pushed back, again, we're going to go from the back and do a back post double crochet stitch 4 times. Okay, and then pushed forward, you're going to do a front post double crochet stitch. And again, just make sure you're doing it in multiples of 4, following the pattern from the row below. Okay, so here at the end, we're going to go and do 4 back post double crochet stitches. Okay, and then now that we're at the end, at the very end, I'm going to put in a double crochet stitch, just like normal. All right, so now chain 3, Turn your work, and we're going to do that one more time. We're going to follow the pattern from the row below, and we're going to go around the front post. So if it's pushed out towards you, it's a front post, and that's what you're going to do. And if it's pushed back, you're going to do a back post, double crochet stitch, okay? So now I got my 4 front post double crochet stitches. Now I'm going to do my back post double crochet stitches. And we're going to do that all the way across this row 4. And then we will change things up in row 5. So there's another step to this to make it look like it's weaving in and out of each other. And that's what we're going to do next in row 5. So continue going around the post in corresponding to what it looks like from below. So if it's pushed out, go around the front. If it's pushed back, go from the back. And then we'll meet back here for row 5. Okay, again at the end of row 4, I'm just going to end with a double crochet stitch. So this is what your row 4 should look like, and it will look a little wavy like this. That's normal. So I have my foundation row, and then I have 3 rows of the other stitches. Okay, so now here in row 5 is where we're going to change things up a bit. So chain 3, turn your work. So now that I'm here at row 5, if it's pushed back like this, I'm going to go from the front. And that's going to switch the pattern so it'll give you that weaved look. So I'm going to go from the front post. Now if it's pushed back, I'm now going to go from the front in row 5. Okay. And then if it's pushed forward, if it looks like it's forward, I'm now going to go from the back and do a back post double crochet stitch. And I'm going to continue that all the way across. So if it looks like it's pushed back, like this, I'm going to go and do a front post double crochet stitch. I'm going to do that all the way across these 4 stitches. And if it looks pushed forward, I'm going to go from behind and do a back post double crochet stitch, reversing the way those stitches are going from the rows below. Okay, you can see that it's starting to change the direction. Again, I'm going to go this last grouping I'm going to do from the front because it's pushed back. So this one goes in the front. And then again, I'm going to end with a double crochet stitch. Okay, chain 3, and in row 6, I'm going to follow the pattern that is established from the last row I just did. So now I just continue what I have in row 5. So if it's pushed back, I'm going to do the back post double crochet stitch. So I'm going to repeat this pattern for every 3 rows at this point. So row 5, 6, and 7 will all be in the same direction, and then I will switch it for row 8 to go opposite again so that it switches the direction that my work is going. So continue to follow the pattern of the row below in row 6. So it's a 3-row repeat, and every 3 rows you're going to switch the direction your stitches are going. So I'm going to do a few more rows and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, so I finished the next 3 rows, and now I have this really beautiful pattern for cardigans, scarves, washcloths. You can make a blanket out of it. It's so beautiful and super easy. It looks complicated, but it's really not once you get the hang of it. Let me know what you guys decide to make in the comments below. Please like and subscribe for more tutorials like this.